definitely have a important message today, and it's regarding the future of our country, the United States of America. It's a prophetic warning dream that God had given me when I was first saved. Um, let's just jump right into it. In the year 2005, after getting baptized and everything, and really dedicating my life to God, about 2 weeks into my walk with God, I went to bed at my grandmother's house, and I had a dream where I was standing on a mountain, and I was in raggedy clothes. They were soiled, um, and the clothes looked like as if I hadn't showered in about 3 months. And then I looked up at the sky, and the sky and the itself was blood red, and the clouds were moving quickly. Um, and I could tell I was like in the middle of the mountain, not at the peak, but very, very high up. And then out of nowhere, I saw many, many men and women running up the mountain. They were in business suits, and I could tell these were like people who probably controlled the economy or had something to do with the economy. They looked like stockbrokers, investors, screaming. They were screaming, all of them, at the top of their lungs. And the women were actually pulling their hair out of terror and panic. And they were in such a terror and panic that they were bumping into me, and they didn't even realize I was there, just because of the sheer panic of what they were running from. And so I'm standing there, and after this huge crowd disappeared, and after the screaming disappeared, complete silence had overtaken me in the dream. And so I'm standing there, and I said out loud, "God, what is going on?" I was so confused. I'm 12, right? What is this? I just said that, just not thinking I was praying. I just said, "God, what's going on?" Like, as if, when people say, "Oh my God," right after a shocking event. I said, "God, what is going on?" And the literal audible voice of God spoke. Um, Whenever I share this dream with people, I tell people God does not sound like Morgan Freeman. Um, the best way I always describe it is that it was a perfect sounding voice, and I can't wait to hear it again. He was very calm, like in his tone, um, but you knew it, like I knew in my heart of hearts, this was the owner of the universe, and I cannot say anything wrong right now or he can kill me. I immediately collapsed when he started talking. Immediately. And I was terrified. And I was covering my ears, and I'm with my head on the floor in a kneeling position. And he said to me, "Emil, my servant, I am the Lord Yahweh, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob." And I said, "What do you want?" as I'm covering my ears. And he said, "I want you to tell my people that I'm bringing judgment against America." And I'm at that, now knowing that he's the owner of the universe, when he said that, I got angry because I'm thinking at the time, America's the greatest nation in the world, etc., right? It's 2005. I'm very young. I'm a kid, right? So I'm like, why? Why are you gonna, I screamed out, "Why?" But I'm saying why, like, why are you gonna judge the nation? And he said, "Americans are stiff-necked people, and they refuse to repent." And then he said, "Their sin has reached my throat. Therefore, I'm bringing judgment against this nation. So tell my people to stock up on food and water, because what I'm bringing against this nation will be strong, and those who refuse to prepare will be left behind. Then he went completely silent. I screamed out, "Why?" again, and out of nowhere, 4 thick lightning bolts hit the ground. One in the north, one in the south, east, and west. And with the last one, I woke up.